Well, good morning, Jason. How are you?
Morning, what's up? How's it going?
Good, good. How are you feeling? Like, how was it watching the episode last night? Obviously, you know it's coming, but I'm curious, like, what it's like watching a boot episode.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting because it's like I know what happens. I don't know what is going to be shown, right?
Yep,
So I think that watching it, I was like, oh yeah, like you kind of go back into that mentality of like how it felt. And I think the episode really paints what my point of view was, even though like it does show a lot of other people. My thought going into that last day was like so much of this is like out of my control. So much of this is like decisions
yep,
between old Uli as to what they want to happen. You know what I mean? So
yep.
like being able to see those conversations, to hear Savannah's spicy confessionals about what's going on. It was really fun, you know? It's like and I was watching it with Jawan too.
Oh,
Yeah, we watched it together and then Jawan like when the rock draw scene happened, I'm like, Jawan. Like so I don't know. It's funny. Like my back was against the wall. I felt like it was against the wall, and I think that that's what it showed. So yeah,
yeah. I was gonna say, talk to me about Tribal. You seemed a little surprised. Did you feel like you had made some headway? Like, it did seem like Savannah wanted to work with you and get out Jawan. So, yeah, tell me about Tribal and how you were feeling.
yeah. I think so. I'm not Savannah, so I can't really speak to her. But like, if I was in her position, I would be very, I would be very, I guess like is trepidation the right word? Like she just
Yeah,
like
trepidation.
is like hesitant to tell me anything, right? Like even if I wanted Jawan out, it's something that one, I can do without Jason's help, and then two, if I tell him, maybe it blows up in my face. So I think that there's very like I don't know, it's like I just can't see a world where I'm being let in on the plan, right?
Yeah.
I'm somebody where it's like my number doesn't even matter. So, like, I get the sense that Jawan was on the bottom? Yes. Did anyone tell me that Jawan was like a name that was being thrown out? No.
Mm,
I it was just like like I guess you could say like implications of like that other people were like talking to each other more than Jawan, but no one ever told me that like, hey, this is the power dynamic of Uli. Let me tell you everything in our PowerPoint presentation. It's like, no, dude, we're not telling you anything, and I'm
right.
the key one, right?
But that's pretty good that you picked up on some of those like tribe dynamics that you were going into. I'm curious, is it actually harder, or is it easier or better that you basically just had bad swap luck, right? Like, or is that make it worse?
Oh, you mean on my mental?
Yeah, just like in general, like coming going out of the game that way, or you're like, listen, I did everything I could do. I got kind of screwed on the swap, or is that harder to deal with? I don't know.
It's tough. I think that I have like I have like a unique thought on that just because it's like or not a unique thought but a unique perspective because I think that the reason that I even get to play the game anyways, right? Because I'm the alternate. It's like it's out of my hands, right? So it's like tide comes in, tide comes out. Like
Yep.
it's like there are these forces in the game of Survivor that are just sort of outside of your agency, right? Like I was put on the show because of like things outside of my control. I was taken off of the show and like kind of in like something that was like a little outside of my control. I think that at least I'm playing the game, I can try a little bit. I think I'm very proud that I was able to outlast Matt in one episode because like,
Yeah,
hey, you know, if two people are swap screwed, at least I did better than the other guy. So I
so
think
true.
that I'm very at peace with like how things went. Couldn't happen to a better guy.
I agree, Jason. Um, well, talk to me about being alternate. Were you like surprised that they showed that? Because you didn't know they were going to show you actually talking about that, right?
Yeah, I mean that's like that was my biggest point of anxiety before the
Mm,
premiere. Not anything that happens on the island, but just like, am I allowed to talk about this really important experience that I had, right? Like, and it's weird because being the alternate like just toes this weird line of like, is this something that like regular people in America know about, care about, like have context as to what that even is? Does it make sense for a television show to say anything about that? Or is that all just behind the scenes fun stuff? So I actually didn't know. And that's how come I frame it at the beginning like, Jeff, I don't know if I can say this. Like cut
yep.
it if we can't, but I'm gonna say it because this matters so much to me, right? So I don't know. It was like it was crazy that it happened. It was crazy that they even showed it. Like I was fully prepared to be like, okay, well, this is something I can just kind of keep like close to my chest tell my friends. But no, yeah, like I was so happy to see that that was told to everyone.
Yeah, I thought it was actually kind of cool sometimes when they show that stuff. Had you known that you were going to play and you weren't an alternate, do you think you would have played the preseason any differently or prepared any differently, or you were ready regardless?
I think that I think that I would have probably prepared more for kind of like the strategic elements. I think that my focus going in as the alternate, it's like, oh, if I get pulled in, I just want to make sure that I don't die. So like I wanted to make sure that like I was like physically fit enough to, it's like, oh, me, I'm not gonna be Jake levels, but I'm gonna try to make sure that I don't like die in the mud. I like slept outside. I made sure to starve myself so that I could at least withstand the elements. That
Okay.
was like what my focus was. I didn't really think about the strategic stuff because it's like, okay, that like I just wanna I'll figure it out as I get there, and maybe next time I apply, I'll be deeper into that. So maybe a more strategic slant. I don't know if strategy helps when you get swap screwed, right? Like maybe I go over, I come back, and I'm super prepared, and it doesn't make the difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows?
The what if game is so easy to play, but it's also like there's so many factors.
You have to make sure you have fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Did you have fun? Were you happy that you ended up on, on the show?
Yeah, no, I thought it was amazing. I thought that like I had so many moments of triumph out there too. Like it's like I don't know. It's so cool to go from like this spot where I'm like, oh, I'm not enough. This isn't for me. Like I don't belong here. And then like being tossed in, being able to like flourish and like I don't know, like also having lived long enough in the game to like meet so many people, right? Like I felt, I don't know, like towards like the end of my time there, I'm like, dude, this was my season, right? Like it's
Yeah,
crazy to think like I don't know, like I started it from such a perspective of like, oh, this belongs to them. But like, having lived through the season, I'm like, no, like this belongs to me, this belongs to us. And like I felt like I was like part of the tapestry of what the season was, which is
of
cool.
course, of course. So many alternates go on to do well, even on any of these shows. And obviously, you talked about Rachel in your preseason a lot, which is funny
Mhm.
because you ended up getting into the game, which I thought was
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, talk to me real quick. Did you plan or did you think about playing your shot in the dark at all?
So I think that like from my point of view, like there it really truly is like a 2-day journey. It's like a sting operation from all of Uli to take me from this person that is willing to just blindly say I'll play it to like diffusing this like bomb where it's like by the end of it I'm like, "No, dude, I love y'all. Let's play together." So I think that like that was from my point of view one of like their main objectives was to tell me whatever it is to get me to not play it because what else are they doing other than that, right? Like it's like so many of them like and I think that the point of view that I want to emphasize is that this is a lot of our first or second tribals, right? Like
Yeah,
it's like you want to use those first couple of tribals to test relationships and bonds. And I knew that the first one was going to be Uli like reinforcing their relationships with each other to vote out one of us. I thought that once they got that out of their system, then like we can do something for the second vote. And that's exactly the narrative that Savannah
yeah,
gave to me. But I think that again, it's like another vote where it's like, oh, if Jawan votes with us and like he doesn't realize he's on the bottom, I think that it's interesting the spot that he's in right now, where because he hasn't been giving a lot of information, no one's like turned on him yet in the vote. He's someone who's willing to rig a rock draw for the people that for the tribe that he's on the bottom of, right? Isn't that's like such an interesting thought?
I know. I thought that was very interesting as well. How close do you think Savannah was to this plan? Because, like, again, they're always going to show in the edit a little, misdirection, but it
Hmm.
did seem like she was really into it. She even gave you some talking points for your argument. Like, I guess, what do you think ultimately? Why did she go the way she did? And do you think that that was a real consideration for her?
I don't know. It's like what the tough thing is that I think that these are conversations, and this is something that I'm just sort of like a puzzle, or like a chess piece for, right? And like even though I'm like an interesting tool to like effectuate this idea from Savannah, I think that we see that she's talking with Nate about it because this is actually something that she has like she wants to talk with people that she trusts. I don't know how close she was to making that decision. I don't think that I'm the person that knows. I
Mm,
think that that like maybe she would be more honest and forthright about her actual thoughts with people that she's known for a little longer. Um, you know, would have been nice if it went the other way, but I don't think that I had a lot of sway in making that choice. I think that that truly was something that she had to figure out for herself.
Got it.
Yeah.
We saw the Uli tribe and the other one a little bit, like sort of making fun of the Hina tribe and the chanting, and that sort of reinforcing the Hina bond, right? Which ultimately played into sort of a lot of things. But what were your thoughts? Watching it back, seeing them being like, "That's cringe" and all that.
We're all in Survivor in our underwear, okay? Like we're all cringe. I
Facts.
think that I think that the Hina tribe was a little silly. I think that at a certain point it was like I think we have like just like this weird combination of personalities where like I think Christina was a cheerleader, MC is a personal fitness coach, and Sophie is just like a really competitive challenge person. I'm like a home team boy myself. And I think that there's just all of us like, dude, let's just like screw it, dude. Like we want to be here. It's like let's hype ourselves up so we can do well on this challenge.
Yeah.
Obviously, Survivor is a game of perception. That's a stupid thing to do. But like, I don't know. It's like when you have like those personalities together. It's like, let's do it. Let's braid our hair together so that we can like have a little extra secret sauce when we win the challenge. I think that
Yeah.
another part too, just to wrap it up, I guess, is that we're like the only yellow tribe in the new era to like do what we did. And I think that that was weighing on our minds at Hina, where it's like, we don't want to be the disaster. They always pick us to be the disaster. Let's do everything that we can to make sure that we perform well in these challenges.
So true. That's actually a really good point. I know you didn't get to like interact with these people, but like watching the Sage and Shannon of it all last night, what were your thoughts on that? Because did
Oh
you have
my
any idea
God.
that was coming?
It was, I think, oh my God, like and after the game ends, everyone gets to meet each other,
Of
and
course.
like everyone on our cast is so funny. I think that the Sage and Shannon, it's like it's so interesting, right? I think that there's like a lot of like really like I don't want to say, I guess I'll say interesting again, like personal dynamics that like say a lot about like people in the world. Like I think that every one of us knows like or has in our lives like Shannons and Sages, and like when those worlds collide, it's like really really cool. And I think that that's like what makes Survivor Survivor. So, and
Yeah.
also like Sages facial expressions are so good. I love them. They're insane.
She was like Jim Halpert-ing. I'm like trying to make it a verb. The
Yeah,
camera, which I thought was hilarious.
I know
Uh,
that little thing with Shannon,
yes.
so good.
Yes. It was giving me Sandra from Game Changers. Anyway, I know we have to wrap up. Jason, overall, are you happy you did it? And would you ever play Survivor again?
Dude, yes. So happy. I think that once you're on the boat, you're like, get me out of here, dude. I want to eat a burger. But like you eat your burger and it's like literally less than 12 hours and you're like, throw me back in. I want to do it again. I think that I don't know, it's like I was there as an alternate, right? It's like when you're an alternate, you're preying on a chance for a chance. And I think that for that to pay off, it's like, dude, I don't know, it's like what can we not accomplish, right? If we don't put our minds to it.